All right, guys. Injuries from the game. D. Winters had the neck, didn't return. Jair Brown, groin, didn't return. And Greenlaw, just with his Achilles and knee, just fatigue a little bit and soreness, so he didn't return.
Well, how would you describe the offensive struggles from the game tonight?
Not good enough. I thought we played good enough to win, and obviously on defense and special teams, but we just definitely didn't play good enough on offense. I thought the main thing, didn't get the run game going, which was huge. I thought that was the difference in the two offenses. They got the run game going better than we did, and we had a couple opportunities there in the pass game that, I think could have led to 14 points, and didn't have a lot of them, but we had definitely had a couple and didn't make those, and that's what it led to.
Is that more of a lack of execution, in your opinion, on the Niners side, or phenomenal defense on the LA Rams side, in your opinion?
I always give credit to them. I thought they played well. I thought, we struggled blocking them in the run game, but I definitely thought we left a lot out there also.
Plays that could have been big. Obviously, the one to Debo over the middle. He's a guy who said that he needs more opportunities. What do you think when you see that happen? He drops that pass.
That was a big one. Third down, and with Debo's skill set, I would have been shocked if he didn't score on the play. So, everyone knows the answer to that. Debo too. He needs to catch that ball. And then we were just off on that post down the field to Ricky right there, 2 plays before the interception. That could have been a big one too.
With Greenlaw, Kyle, it did look like he came out with leg issues. Is there a concern that he tore the Achilles again, or
No. He he was unbelievable tonight. And I think we took him off. I'm not exactly sure, but I think we took him out the first 2 series to start the third quarter. I believe he went in 2 plays and just couldn't get it going again, and felt a little tightness and stuff. So we had to be safe with him.
What happened with Devondre Campbell? He didn't play, and he went into the locker room at some point.
Yeah, he said he didn't want to play today.
Play today?
Yep.
The coaching staff?
He did when I asked him why he didn't want to go in. So.
During the game or before?
No, that was in the third quarter.
What happened on the interception? What did you see on that play?
I saw them bailing. The guy squatted a little bit, and then when Juwan went on his exit angle, they bumped him a little bit, slowed him down, and could never catch back up with him, and the bailing corner got it.
I think the weather affected the passing game and Brock in particular.
I think it affected both quarterbacks a little bit, but it wasn't just because of the weather.
Do you think he played?
I don't think our offense did very good, obviously. I think Brock made some good plays, missed a couple plays, but no one on offense did good enough.
Has that ever happened to you where a player said they didn't want to play in a game?
No.
He got demoted for this game, right? He was not going to play.
No, he was gonna go in when Dre came out.
What was the difference in the defense in the second? You guys' defense is pretty much dominant in the first half. Second half, Rams do anything differently? Did you guys get tired at all, or what do you think changed in the second half?
No, I thought they converted a couple big plays, especially getting that chunk play to Puka on the post. You get a couple chunk plays, and that usually leads to field goals. I thought they ran the ball. They ran the ball pretty good, but I still thought defense keeping them out of the end zone and everything, and holding them 0 for 3 there in the red zone, still gave us every opportunity to win. But we needed to score a couple touchdowns when we had the opportunity, and we didn't.
If you could see what was that long, what passed it? Was Charvarius expecting help, or?
It was a zone dog, so we do have a middle third player, but they ran something where they moved him to the left, and Puka ran a good route and made a hell of a play.
Well, on Sunday you said that everyone said that you needed to pretty much win out, and that every game was a playoff game. What did you just say to the team now?
They say mathematically we still have a chance. Not too concerned with that right now. I'm pretty disappointed with how we played tonight, especially offensively. I thought our guys were ready to play. I thought the guys played hard. We just didn't play good enough on offense. We're going to get away for 3 days and come back. And I know mathematically I still believe we have a chance, but I want to come back and play better football and challenge the character of our team.
Will you release Devondre Campbell?
We'll figure out something, but I don't know that right now.
Did he give you any reason why you didn't want to play today?
No.
Campbell, to hear a player say, I don't want to play today, does that create dissension, especially knowing that at this point in the season, with the type of season that this has started out to be, you kind of need as much camaraderie as possible to be successful? Does that create dissension amongst the team, or did it not really affect anyone? Did no one really notice?
People notice, but when someone says that you move on. You don't deal with that anymore.
First play was to Debo. It was targeted 7 times. Was there intent to get the ball to Debo? I know there always is, but even more in this game?
No, same as usual. I mean, that could have gone to 3 different people. Depends on the coverages and stuff. And they walled the inside slant. It goes to the outside slant. And thought Kel made a good play on it.
They played a fair amount of press man, it seemed like. Why do you think that's been a challenge, for the offense to beat this season?
I mean, I don't think they did a ton. They mixed it up. They were mixing up zone and man, which is what they do every week. So I don't think we got more of it than what they usually do. So sometimes we did it, but not enough.
With Devondre opting to not go into the game, what do you need to do to ensure that you don't lose the rest of the locker room?
I haven't lost anybody. That's somebody who doesn't want to play football. It's pretty simple. I mean, I think our team and myself, we know how we feel about that. So I don't think we need to talk about him anymore.
The interception Brock threw. What was your evaluation of the decision there? Obviously, the outcome was what it was, but what was his read through on that point?
Sorry, we say it again.
Interception Brock threw.
Yeah, we were hoping for man coverage. It was single safety, and you can't tell whether it's off man or bump. So the guy stuttered. Juwan ran a stutter go, and the guy buckled his feet a little bit. And so Brock threw it up and tried to give Juwan a chance. And as Juwan was exiting, he ran into him a little bit, which slowed Juwan down. And then there was only the corner there. So it's an unfortunate play.
Early on, Purdy had a few passes that were, in the first half, you guys were playing well, but he had a few passes that were overthrown, some that were underthrown. Do you think that was more of a weather thing or just Purdy just struggled today?
I think a little bit of both. I think you saw the other quarterback on the other side go through the exact same things in the first half. So I thought Brock made some really good throws in the first half too. So, from a throwing standpoint, I thought, in those circumstances, I thought we were throwing the ball better in the first half than we were running the ball. I know we got that explosive to Kittle. I think we had a third down to Juwan, I believe, and a couple drops in there too. So, I think it was a little bit of everybody.
In the last 5 games, I think Debo had like 120 total yards, just a stretch of his career. You put your finger on just why he wasn't effective here in this last stretch?
No. He would have improved those stats catching that one ball. But stats are stats, and he had a hell of a kickoff return there at the end, gave us a chance at a Hail Mary, but no, I'm not explaining stats.
With the linebacker core, you were down winners. Obviously, Campbell, no Greenlaw. Flanagan Fowles played a lot. It looked like he cramped up even at some point. You needed a lot out of him today.
Yeah. With Dre going down and one linebacker quitting, and then losing D with his neck, put more on Flan, and I thought he stepped up and played well. And always when I see the tape, I'll know for sure. But I thought everyone on defense played very well today. It's a really good offense with some good players, and they kept them out of the end zone all day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Seemed to come out for at least one play. Was that his ankle acting up on him?
I don't remember. Yeah, they didn't tell me on it because I think he went back in the next play. So I'm not sure what he got dinged or something there on that play, but he was in the next play, so he was fine.
That's good.
All right, thanks, guys.
Brock, what happened on the interception?
We had a double move on with JJ on the outside, and I thought we had the right look with the corner off, and thought we were going to get him, and just in that moment trying to be aggressive and give JJ a shot. And when I let the ball go, couldn't see the whole release of him at the top of his route, but looking back on it, man, 2nd and 11, just be smart. try to check the ball down when I can't see where he's at. So just got to learn from it.
How hard is that one to swallow, Brock, just given the situation and the stakes at that moment?
Yeah, I mean, it's everything, man. Like our season and our guys, trying to fight to get in this thing and fighting for each other, playing for each other, man. So, that's what comes with playing quarterback and being in this position. You're trusted with the ball in your hands and to make the right decisions in the right moment. And it's something, man, that I'm going to have to learn from for sure moving forward.
Sunday, everyone said you had to win out and that every game was a playoff game. What are you feeling right now?
I mean, obviously this one hurts. And I'm just trying to comprehend it really still. So don't really know what the whole picture looks like, but we have a lot of guys in the locker room, man, that are going to continue to fight, including myself, for this organization and for our fan base and for each other more than anything to finish out the season in the right way and focus on one game at a time and see where we're at the end of it. So.
Did you know that Devondre said during the game he didn't want to play? Kyle told us that, and how disappointing is that if you didn't know or if you do know that happened?
Yeah, I had no idea. I mean, obviously, I'm trying to focus on the offense and where we're at. I didn't know until after the game, to be honest, that Devondre, was not playing. And, yeah, I don't really know what to say to that. So.
Coach said the offense left a lot out there. When you think about the game you had today, tonight, how would you kind of evaluate how you played, and what would you say factored in? Would you say it was the weather? Would you say it was more so a dominant defense? How would you kind of explain it?
I think we had ops for sure across the board. The weather was the weather in the first half, but even with that, I still think there was some ops for us to convert on third down and move the chains, and then in the second half as well, there was drives out there where it's like we could have stayed on the field, and for myself, I had to be better for this team and didn't play my best tonight. So got to watch the film and see what happened and where my mindset was at with each play. But I just feel like I had a lot of plays left out there that I could have made for our team. I thought the defense and special teams played so good, and that's what's hurting me is I just feel like I failed the team. That I could have been better for our offense and we could have put up more points. But Rams are a good team overall. But more than anything, for the way that we play on offense and our standard, I could have been better for sure.
Were you trying to make a concerted effort?
It was your voice, one of the three, that really sparked something in the team ahead of the Bears matchup. It could be demoralizing, obviously, the way it worked out, the way Devontae did what he did. How do you guys mathematically still have a chance? How do you get back on track?
I mean, it's just coming back in the next day and going to work and doing what we've done and trusting in this whole process, not just being so result oriented and it's all about the process of your work, believing in each other, fighting for each other every day at practice and in meetings and this is not the easiest job in the world, and that's why there's only so many people that can do it. And I know that we have the right guys in this building to handle this kind of situation in the right way. So, I think it's really just that.
Debo got some touches early. Were you guys making a concerted effort to get him going early, or is that just the way it came down?
I think that's just how it went down. We thought the Rams were going to be able to give us some looks for Debo to, make some slash plays and stuff. But more than anything, Debo was just playing his position, and the ball just went his way in certain plays. And so, obviously, we wish we would have connected on a couple more, and wish I would have been a little bit more accurate on some of those throws. But more than anything, I was just going through the reads and progressions and trying to take what the defense gave me. So.
Expresses frustration with this season. How much a part do you feel like responsible or sharing with this, wanting to see Debo have a bigger season than he's had?
I'm not really sure, to be honest. I think I go through my reads and progressions of how Kyle coaches us, and for sure there's some plays and missed throws that I could be better at. But like I said before, man, I love Debo, and I go into every game wanting the best for all of my teammates on the field. So, sitting back here after what Debo said, I feel his frustration, man. I know he's a playmaker, and if I were him, I'd for sure want to be getting more touches and making plays and stuff, and I get that. But for me, I'm just trying to do my job well for this team, and at the same time, I love him and I want the best for him. So, thanks, guys.
The defense, and Kyle shared with us that Devondre didn't want to go today. How does that sit with you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really want to comment on it much. I'll probably just keep it in-house. That's all I'll say about it.
But on Sunday, you were one of the many people who said you had to win out and that every game was a playoff game. How do you respond to what just happened?
Yeah, it sucks, you know, because that was true. We did have to win out. You know, we didn't do enough to win today. You know, I don't know what that looks like going forward with the playoff hopes and everything, but regardless, you know, you have everything to play for every time you go out there on Sundays, Thursdays. It doesn't matter. You know, you got to go out there and fight every single time you go out there.
Like to have Dre back in there with you.
It meant everything. You know, we shared a moment before we went out and through the tunnel. Everything that he's gone through in his journey with rehab, and thinking about that moment in the Super Bowl and being able to finally go out there and be with him again, it meant everything. And he looked like Dre Greenlaw from the moment we started.
On top of the moment you guys shared ahead of the game, during the game, when you guys were making plays, you guys were off in helmets and just hyping each other up, and it seemed like it was just a lot of momentum on the defensive side of the ball. Him going out later, and because of the soreness and the fatigue, did that take some of that momentum off of the field, just his presence not being out there, not being able to rally the guys?
I mean, you know, I think for the most part, obviously we want him out there the entire game, but he was on a pitch count and everything. I'm proud of the way the guys fought. I think we had opportunities to take the ball away, help our team to win the game. We just didn't capitalize on those. I think if we come away with those, then we obviously give our team a better chance to win the game.
Fred, are you surprised the level that Dre play at for not having played in 10 months?
Not at all. I wish I could say that I was surprised, but this dude has always been a freak of nature in that aspect of just. I mean, even when he tore his Achilles, you usually get that atrophy in the calf, and I mean his calves always look the same, you know, all the way through till now. So he's just one of those type of guys.
I want to talk about specifically, but when something like this happens, do the leaders have to rally, or do you just know the locker room is fine still?
In terms of losing the game?
Devondre not wanting to play.
Yeah, like I said, I'll keep that in-house.
Run defense was so good until about the last couple of drives. What changed?
You know, I think, especially in that last drive where we needed to get off the field and give our offense the ball back right away, it just seemed like we were undisciplined with, honestly, not even the run game. It was more like the boots and the play actions that they started to drive out with. And then, you know, obviously when you're now thinking about that, then the run game stuff kind of opens up a little more. So I wish we could have been a little bit more disciplined in that aspect.
Fred, I guess just, I don't know, like big picture, like maybe it's too soon, but like what happened this season? I mean, shouldn't be a 6-8 team, I'm sure you think.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably talk about it more when the season ends, but you know, I think it was a story of the year of just not doing enough to win games, not playing complimentary, not, you know, just coming up a little too short, you know. So
Rams have been a team. You guys have so many good things have happened for you against them. Does it seem odd that they're the team now that has you in this state based on the 2 games you played?
Yeah, I mean, it's just 2 games, honestly. I know they had that one at the end of the year last year, but you know, that's how the division goes. You know, teams adapt. You know, and it was a hard fought battle all the way through. They scored 44 points last week against a really good Bills team, and we held them to 12 points today. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm not putting that solely on the offense at all. Like I said, we had opportunities to take the ball away. Their team took the ball away one time. We didn't. You know, there's things to be proud of. There's things to look at and be like, man, if only we did X, Y, Z. So, yeah, you know, they got the best of us today.
Started in training camp with the injuries, and I know injuries are a part of the game. You guys have created that throughout the season, but did it seem like there was a domino that fell that really kind of was demoralizing, that you guys kind of weren't able to kind of rally and coming to stack games? Because you've had flashes throughout the season, but that ability to kind of consecutively stack games, it's not been there. Has it been like something just missing?
No, I mean, it's hard to say, you know, and like I said, I'm not really in a state to kind of look over the entirety of the season and just kind of being in the moment. We didn't do enough to win tonight's game. That's all it comes down to.
Was the game okay? Physically?
Yeah. I know I had that scare in the beginning. Just kind of got my foot caught in the ground, and Just came out for one play, but that was it. All right, guys, thanks.
Both you were able to get back tonight, and you guys looked pretty solid in the first half, but then the second half things kind of took a turn, and then you find out that one of your teammates, I've never heard of this before, but decided that he didn't want to play. What does that do to a defense when you have that type of personality on that side?
I didn't know until now, but until I know more about the situation, I'm not going to talk about it.
Seem symptomatic of anything bigger, though. Would you agree with that?
I don't think so. No, I think it's a. I don't know. I played, so I made it through. I was happy to be back. I thought we were playing pretty good ball on defense, and it's always a good day when you get to walk off the field. So.
I think it looks like you're playing the third quarter. You were slow to get up and walked up very slowly. Stupid question, but I assume you weren't feeling good. I mean, that was.
Yeah, the adrenaline of each play, you're able to go, and then kind of when you're walking off is when you feel it.
I guess what the kind of spark did Dre give you guys in that first half and how he looked?
Oh, it was great to see him. I love having. He's probably my favorite teammate to ever play with, college and pros. He's absolute dog, and he was showing it. To come after a year of not playing and look like that is pretty impressive.
Guys, mathematically, Coach Kyle Shanahan did mention this, and it is the truth. You guys still do have a chance to make it into the playoffs. Does it feel like that in the locker room?
I mean, we're going to find out who wants to be here next few weeks. Obviously, it's slim, and that's not really the focus is to win games and to put our best out there.
Nick, as far as I assume you're obviously not 100%. Do you intend to, finish out the season?
Of course, yeah.
They started talking about shutting down guys. Would you be bothered by that?
I don't know. I think if you're healthy, you should play, and I think momentum created in the next few games could be really big for the offseason.
How do you feel like the defense played, particularly in the second? I mean, obviously very effectively in the first half. In the second half, even though they didn't score a touchdown, they moved the ball better.
Second half, yeah, they're getting in the red zone pretty quick and leaking out on some of those runs. But I think it was a good effort. I think guys were flying around and answered the bell for the most part. But obviously not enough.
It's been a disappointing year, obviously, but do you find out about the character of the team in a tough season like this at the end of the year?
For sure. That's kind of what the message is now, and we're going to find out who wants to be a Niner.
All right. Thanks, Seth.
Thanks.
offensive side of the ball.
You were over there last week.
I was. I like to jump around.
Yes, ma'am.
You're on the offensive side of the ball, obviously, but you're a leader on this team. Your voice means a lot to the locker room. To know that a player decided, for whatever reason, to choose himself, I'll put it that way. What do you think of that?
I didn't really hear anything about it until I got in the locker room, so it's all brand new information to me. Look, if you're on the roster, and you suit up, you're expected to play. I think anyone in this building that got asked to go in, I would say 100% of everybody would die to get on that football field. And so, people are going through random things off the field. I can't speak on that. Whatever, his decision was, it wasn't for this organization. It wasn't for this team. And no, that's on him. So, not very happy about it. I would have something to say. I wish I would have heard about it on the field, but I didn't. Now, is that the reason we lost? Absolutely not. But you don't really. It's hard to win football games when someone doesn't want to play football, especially when you're suited up. It kind of puts you down, especially when you lose 2 linebackers, and could address another one. But
Ask Kyle. At this point in the season, with the season going the way it's gone, you need as much camaraderie as you can get on a team to rally at this point in the season with so much on the line. Does that create dissension or disbelief or just disconnection on the sideline?
Not disbelief or disconnection like as a team. That is one person who just decided not to, play for his teammates. And I don't think that doesn't make our offense look at each other and be like, wow, man, we're falling apart. It's more of or like the defense, hey, we're falling apart. It's more of a one person making like Mooney said, a selfish decision. And I'm with Mooney on that. And I've never been around anybody that's ever done that. And I hope I'm never around anybody that does that again.
Juxtapose that against what Dre did tonight. What was that like to watch?
All I asked for my tight end room today was to play with 1/5 of the energy that Dre Greenlaw brings on every single snap. And I thought our tight end room did a good job about that. I thought, we brought energy. We tried our best. Dre Greenlaw is one of my favorite football players to ever watch. The energy that he plays with, the violence that he plays with on every single snap. And you can just tell the energy that he brings to the entire defense and the entire team is infectious. It's unique. It's one of a kind. And he is an absolute unicorn of a football player. And it was just so fun to see him have the opportunity to play again tonight.
Why is it so hard for the offense to find a rhythm and produce tonight?
Yeah. I don't know any of the statistics. I know that we were averaging like 3 yards a play at halftime. I don't know what it was after that. They came out in some funky looks once in a while, but I thought as like skill positions, whether it was tight end, quarterback, running back, fullback, wide receiver, I just thought we could have stepped up our game and played better, and we didn't. Our defense gave us an unlimited amount of opportunities to go out there and make it score points, put us in decent field position. And we ultimately ended up losing the field position battle, put our defense in bad positions, and they did a good job of wearing us down. Especially when you lose multiple players on defense, it's hard to continually play at the level that they were playing at the entire game. So nothing. I have to watch the tape. I got to see it. So, but I ultimately we had opportunities to make plays and we didn't.
Obviously expressed his frustration earlier during the week. He has that ball over the middle. Everybody saw it could have been a touchdown. Do you sense that maybe he's putting pressure on himself? What do you think's happening there?
I don't really see Debo drop passes like that. I think he's one of the best in the world when it comes to being open across the middle of the field and taking a ball to the house. Debo's he's just so excited to make a play because, you guys saw his tweet or whatever it was, of frustration, whatever that is. And I think it's not an anxiety. It's just he's just so giddy and ready to play football, and I've never seen him drop a pass like that before. So, like I said, it didn't need to come down to that. And I know, whatever Debo said to you guys, I bet you he's hurting. But Debo's he's still a very talented player, and I need him to continue to play at a high level for the rest of the season.
It's like they threw a decent amount of press man, at least much more than the Bears did last week. I mean, why has press man specifically been a challenge for this offense this season?
It's a good question. I don't really feel troubled by it. I like press man. I like being physical. I like it when guys are in my face. Teams do a really good job about that. When you play the press man with the lurk stuff, it takes away, they do a good job about taking away your first read. And you rely on your, third and fourth guys to, win these one-on-ones. And when you have a good pass rush too, it's hard to get to the third and fourth guy. And so I think a lot of teams have been doing a really good job about that. Whether it's, some of our favorite concepts are doing a good job of taking away. But, I mean, our offense just continually throughout the season, and I've said 100 times, is we have to play better. We have to take advantage of the opportunities that are in front of us, and we did not really do that tonight.
George, when you
Brock
said
was kind of kicking himself for being aggressive on the interception rather than checking it down, but I think part of the reason he's been successful, he's been aggressive in his career. So, I mean, how do you balance that, and how do you look at Brock when he's kind of taking a bullet after this one, saying he's failed the team?
It's a team sport. It is. And I know, the quarterback position is highlighted because you're responsible for the football in every situation. I can say that it shouldn't have come down to that. We could have made plays in other positions. We could have ran the ball better. We could have done a lot of things better to not be in that position. But, Brock he's a selfless person. He does not have an ego. He is a fantastic leader. He's a fantastic playmaker. We win games because of him. I don't want him to wear that, on his shoulders. But, I mean, when you're the quarterback of the San Francisco 49ers, there's always a spotlight on you. There's always a highlight on you. I mean, I've said that any quarterback that has ever played for the Niners, just an automatic spotlight on you. And I love him for, doing that and taking the blame, but it's not on him. It's not. But I do love and respect him for doing that.
You're one of the leaders.
You've been cut off a lot, Eric.
No, it's all right.
Okay. It's your turn now.
You said you would have liked to know in the moment about what Devondre did.
Sure.
Rather than find out after the game. Why is that?
Because I'm a leader on the team, and if that is something that is being a distraction on the sideline, I would love to voice my own opinion in the moment. And now we're past that moment, so it doesn't matter what I wish I could have said or wish I could have done. But I don't like distractions on the sideline. I think that's ignorant, and I think it's just dumb. It's just stupid, and it's very immature. And I just don't see how that's I just don't see how you can do something like that to your team.
George, you are one of the leaders on the team, and this isn't familiar territory. You guys haven't gotten used to losing. What do you want to see from this team as far as effort, energy, whatever, down the stretch, if indeed you guys are not going to the playoffs?
You know what? I'm just going to quote my safety, Huff. He broke the team down after the game, and he said that his mindset and his attitude will be 100% effort on every single day, every practice, every single rep, and he will fight until the wheels fall off because he has been fighting his ass off to get back on the football field this year, and he has only gotten so many reps, and he's played really, really good football for us. And he said that he's just going to bring it, and he expects everybody around him to also bring in fiery energy, to bring the passion, no matter what circumstances are, no matter what percentage, no matter what odds have to happen for us to continue playing later this year. But we just have to focus on this one game, take these 3 days, get away, and show up on Monday with great intent and great effort.
George, you
They're here first, and I'll come to you. Oh, you're way over there.
George, you aforementioned what Dre Greenlaw means to the team and what you told the tight end room. What does Dre Greenlaw mean to you, and how does he inspire you?
His, my wife is calling me, sorry. His desire to play football in the most violent way possible, there are not very many people that do that. I mean, I don't think there's another person on the roster in the NFL that plays the game that he does. He is an old soul. He's a guy who could play in the 90s, the 2000s, and I absolutely love everything about that he does in every snap. The energy that he brings he could be on the other side of the damn field and they could have a screen away from him, and he's going to somehow end up in the film somehow on top of the pile, screaming and hyping up everybody around him. And when you have people like that on your team, it gets everybody going. And he is that player for us. He makes Fred play better. He makes Huff play better. He makes Bosa play better. And when you feel that out there, our defense is so much better with a guy like Dre Greenlaw. And he inspires our offense. When you see him make those plays, he's an incredible one-of-one person. Jennifer.
George, you were talking to Debo at the end of the game in the locker room. What kind of words of encouragement were you offering him?
My words of encouragement to Debo. Do I want to share that with you guys? I don't know. Basically just said, one, there's things that you just have to take on the chin. Like, talk to the media, take ownership of whatever you had said before, how you played tonight, take ownership of it, leave it in the past and move on, because there's better days ahead for Debo. There's plays to be made for Debo. And he has more opportunities ahead of him to make plays for this team. And I believe in Debo. And, I've had games where I've had drops. I've had games where, I did not play my best game, and people picked me up and allowed me to play at a high level again. And I love Debo. And he, while it was not his night tonight, when he did get the ball in his hands, I thought he fought his ass off to, try to, make plays for us. And I know he'll be eating himself over that, one drop. And, but he has plenty of plays ahead. Thank you, guys.
Back, how did it feel? First game back, it was great to see you out there.
Yeah, it felt good. It felt good to just be out there with my brothers, run around, just having fun, man. It felt good.
A moment with you in the tunnel running out. Did you feel that? This is really happening? What was that moment like?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, just, Fred, he's one of them guys that, he's just been there with me throughout every step of my career. So he knows how much I want to be out there. He knows how much it meant to me. I know how bad he wanted me out there too. So anytime we can suit up and go out there and play, I mean, that's what we want. That's what we love.
What happened in the third quarter there where you came out? I think you hit Corum near the sideline, and then you came off, and the leg tightened up.
This knee kind of felt a little weird, so just wanted to protect myself a little bit. Yeah, just knee kind of didn't feel right, so everything kind of get a little tight. Just got to make sure I use precaution on it.
Achilles?
Yeah, Achilles is good. Yeah.
Many words, each player that has come up here to speak has basically said that your presence, your personality, your play is infectious. It's often said that in order to make it to the pro level, you have to have some obnoxious amount of confidence in who you are as an athlete. With 23% of a chance to make it to the playoffs, if the better time to be obnoxious is now, do you think that is the ability right now in that locker room to be that type of confidence to win out for the rest of the season and seize the moment that you guys have in that 23% to win this season?
I mean, I feel like I got confidence in every guy in the room or in that locker room that they gonna come out and they gonna give it their all. Yeah, I mean, I feel like, I don't know what it takes for us to go and, whatever percent chance we have, I'm not even looking into none of that. I'm just trying to win the next game and enjoy being out there with my teammates. I'm trying to win every game. So if we win every game, I know if we win every game, then we have a chance or something like that. But honestly, I'm enjoying playing football with these guys, and yeah.
Dre, the passion and fervor in which you play, where does that come from? And the last time that you were on the football field, you got injured in the Super Bowl. What have you missed about the game?
I think that passion just comes from just not ever being good enough. You know what I mean? So, just always just not just quite good enough for somebody or for something or whatever it may be. But, I mean, it just comes from just passion and drive and just wanting to be the best and want to get better and see how good I can be. You know what I mean? I don't play for nobody else, but just to see how good I can be because,
I just been through a lot of stuff in life, and I've been given this opportunity to play football. Started in like 8th grade, and it's been with me along this whole journey. So that's where that passion just comes from. It's been there for me this whole time. But so yeah, what was your other part of your question?
What have you missed about the game?
I miss just letting my, I guess, like anger and frustration out. I mean, I just like going to hit people sometimes, and it lets a lot of frustration out. Just makes me feel better. I don't know. I miss everything about it. The fans, going out there in Levi's, just playing next to Fred, just that feeling of playing next to him. Everything about it.
A couple months ago, where I think he was in a practice and you were just throwing the ball around with Fred, and you like jumped up and caught one. Fred had to tell you to calm down. How hard was it for you to like limit yourself in the ramp up and sort of trust that?
No, for sure. It definitely was hard because there were some times when I feel like I can go. Like I'm just, all right, let's go, let's kick it off. And that's kind of like how I've always been, just, all right, let's just get to it. So, whatever happens, happen. But, I think, just at this particular time and in my career, like, can't afford to get hurt too much more. I don't want to be in this position again next year where I got to watch the whole team do it. So I try my best just to try to be as smart as I can on it. Take it, one day at a time, and just thankful to have everybody in my corner, good teammates to kind of just have my back along the process.
Feel like defense played, I mean, obviously only didn't allow a touchdown, only allowed 12 points, but in the second half, the Rams moved the ball better and decided the game ultimately. How will you look back on the defense?
I feel like the defense played okay. I feel like we played all right. I feel like it was a little bit too much in the run game sometimes, but I think that's just with just being confident and like really attacking and being 100% sure about our job. But I mean, I feel like we've played enough, good enough to win. We just got to get takeaways. I think, just not getting the takeaways and, changing the game in that form, I think that's just kind of what we're missing right now. We had the opportunity. We just got to make the ones they throw to us. And, it'll come. We got to keep working at it.
Practice on getting back. You like to take out your frustration. 305 days between games. How much frustration is built in those 305 days?
If I was healthy, I'd play another game tomorrow.
The second, were you walking with any sort of limp? Like, does the body feel good right now?
Yeah, I'm sore. I played a lot of plays. I'm sore, so it's expected. Everything I feel is expected. Knee sore, just same side as the surgery, so everything is probably a little tighter. Just got to go, get 10 days, luckily, into the next game. So just, get the range of motion in it, get the strength back in it, get the confidence back in it, and it'll be good.
I'll get him back.
Appreciate it.
Going into the game when he was asked.
I don't know. He didn't want to play, so I mean, I guess if you don't want to play, you ain't got to play, So you ain't want to play.